Thanks for watching. Don't forget, hit that like and subscribe button on our The Vikings escape New York with their third straight win. To talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly from MetLife Stadium, here are the fellas. What do you think, Clint?
Go ahead. Make my day.
Yeah, and the only thing that makes my day is the fact that game's over. I feel like Snake Plissken barely getting out of New York with my eyeballs intact, watching this somewhat of a football game. It was played, Tony Bell. I felt like I was watching a preseason game between these two teams. The Giants didn't even want to throw the ball. They didn't pretend to want to throw the ball. They were running it like it was a preseason. Let's just get this game over with. And for the most part, our fine head coach, Kevin O'Connell, Tony, went back to his old ways, long drops, and J.J. McCarthy looked like a second-year quarterback today. There's some things there from J.J. I didn't like, but we'll get all into it. The Minnesota Vikings won 16-13, their third straight win. They're now 7-8. But Tony Bell, your recap of what we just witnessed.
Who cares?
I know, but we wanted to see improvement, right? Like you wanted, like, hey, I saw Felton get a catch today. I was excited. I saw Felton get a catch. I was like, hey, Felton's actually on the team. He caught.
I saw some things on defense I like, but you know what? Yeah. It's once again, it's right back to the same script for KLC. I'm going to throw the ball all over the place, and I should be running the ball. I was gaining positive yards running the ball, and then okay, guess what? Once again, you put your young quarterback in a position that he shouldn't be in. Why are you throwing the ball with less than a minute left in the first half?
I mean, it's as if it's something with Kevin O'Connell. I think now we're seeing, I understand you want to be aggressive, get points. This one made more sense than when it was against the Rams last year and when Darisaw got hurt when there was barely any time left on the clock, right? So you can kind of understand that. And I think Jonathan Vilma.
I don't understand it at all.
Jonathan Vilma pointed it out in the telecast today. One of the few things he got right in his broadcasting.
Yeah, why would I listen to Vilma? He was part of freaking Bounty Gate. What the hell I want to listen to him for?
Exactly. But he did say like he wanted to see JJ against this team show some progression as far as completing those passes to the boundaries, things of that magnitude, which actually in the beginning of the game, it was good. Now, this particular play, very easy for us to get on Justin School, but this was a screen.
That's not even School. That's Brian O'Neill.
Brian O'Neill. So there you go. That's Brian O'Neill. So here's the thing. This is a screenplay. This is O'Neill lets him go, right? You know this, Tony. He lets Burns release. At this point, JJ's already got to know he's coming because he sees where he's lined up. That ball has to be out. Got to get rid of the ball. Got to go to the intended screen or throw it away. You can't be holding on to the ball there. That I am very critical on JJ. And that play is the play in which we're going to find out later where JJ McCarthy probably suffered a broken throwing hand. So,
you know what, though?
The season.
You know what, though? I'm going to defend JJ. What the hell are you throwing a screen for in the first place? Second of all, he's looking off to his left on the whole damn play. That play was designed for the left.
Right. No, it was.
He came from the right.
You can tell. That's exactly.
Yeah. So why are once again,
why are they releasing unless O'Neill misread it? Why are they releasing Burns from McCarthy when it's the side that you want to actually seal off, right? Possibly.
Yeah.
And who knows?
Why are you even? Bottom line, why are you even calling a goddamn play?
Why not just take the 10-point lead?
Just take the 10 points in the half. This idiot coach cannot help himself.
Yeah.
And then you look at what Harbaugh did today, and then you're going to see what DeMeco Ryans is going to do today, and then this is the idiot that this franchise just had to have as a head coach. And once again, he wins another close game. They don't tell me anything.
No, it was such a bad game.
And it's not like the Giants wanted to play.
Right. It feels like a loss, and against a 2-12 football team that's now 2-13, that really was just going through the motions. And yeah, I mean, there's another statistic there. This is the other aspect, too, is forcing the ball to Justin Jefferson. Now, Justin had a pretty good day today. I think he had 6 receptions for 85 yards. So he was – and they got the ball to him right away to start the game. I thought that was really smart. And a big third down conversion. But those stats right there tell you something. Tells you that they're trying to force the ball to Justin Jefferson, and those statistics are bad. Now, sure, JJ's at fault on some of those throws. Of course, a second-year quarterback, so you can equal the blame. But why is it going everywhere else? He's at a high number. The wide receivers for the Minnesota Vikings, as hailed as they are, Tony Bell, are having a horrible football season. Horrible football season this year. I believe Jordan Addison leads the league in drop percentages. JJ's not been himself. I don't know if it's the hammy or whatever. I mean, his attitude's been fine. He's being a professional, but he is nowhere near where Justin Jefferson needs to be. We saw.
And by the way, can we also pump the brakes on Naylor?
Yeah, Naylor today looked like the guy that we kind of.
Naylor today looked like the one that should be playing fourth string.
Yeah, I mean, how many deflected balls were there today? And yes, one of the passes was thrown behind Naylor, but it's still in a radius in which you've got to catch it. You've got to catch that. If
it hits you in the hands, you have to catch it. That's a cardinal rule for a wide receiver.
I mean, yes, JJ is struggling with some, the progressions and so forth. But to make it worse, you've got when the ball's there. I mean, Jordan Addison, that's a touchdown.
He dropped a touchdown.
And granted, Jordan was upset with himself. There he was on the sideline just looking at the sky, and he screamed at himself. I get it. But you guys are professionals. You got to catch that, right? I mean, you got to make these plays. This would have been – if that was a touchdown, Tony, I feel today's game would have been a whole different story. I think
today's game would have been a loss.
I mean,
today's game, if the Giants don't jump off sides and an interception and Naylor tipped, the Vikings lose.
Yes, they would have lost today. I mean, there's no doubt they would have lost today. That's how bad overall this performance was. Now, you might say, well, the season's over, this and that. But as Tony and I, we have gone about saying on our preview shows, there's a lot of people on this football team that have something to prove. Naylor's one of them. Naylor's playing for a contract, Tony. This is, plays like that, when you look at it on film, you got to catch it. You got to make that play. Twice he had balls deflected off of him that were intercepted. One counted, one didn't.
Hey, guys, quality control here. We're having some technical difficulties with our chat, but Anthony Tollison says Brian O'Neill should be fired for getting McCarthy hurt. He blocked a ghost on that play, and Naylor did his best Troy Williamson today.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, very good.
You know what, though? You know who today we talk about the players that are auditioning for next year, right?
Yeah.
The one who had the best audition was Brian Flores.
Yes, he did. And Jonathan Vilma said it, Tony Bell. He said what you've been saying. He said that he's not going to be a defensive coordinator for long. He'll be a head coach again in football. And there you see some of the statistics. Yes, he blitzes a lot, but you know what? He also plays good on the back end. The Vikings secondary today was really, really good.
I'll tell you what.
Dart looked like he was the worst young quarterback in the NFL today.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
If you put Flores on that Giant defense,
that could be amazing.
You've got Abdul Carter, Dexter Lawrence. You got Tyler Nubin in the back. You've got
Burns, who's all world.
Burns. I mean, you know what?
With his shirt up and those pythons, I mean, with his 14 sacks on the season, that guy.
I'm telling you right now, and he is a local guy. He's from Jersey.
Yeah, he would love all. I mean, that would be his dream job.
He's going to be considered for that head coaching gig.
He should be. Hello, Giant fans. That would take care of the defense. And then you got, the Giants' main problem is offense right now. They have maybe the worst core of wide receivers in Darius Slayton had a touchdown, Tony Bell. Gorgeous throw by Jackson Dart, and he fumbled it. I don't know what he was doing. Just hold it and pull it in, but he was like this. Flopped it down. He was home. I mean, that was a play that if you go back and look at it, that would have been a huge play for the Giants.
And they miss Malik Neighbors.
Oh, you add Malik Neighbors and Scatterbo back to this football team with Tracy as a good complementary secondary back and Singletary, and I think they need to get maybe look at another tight end. The Giants' history lore will tell you, like Mark Bavaro, they should have a good stud tight end, and then maybe they will.
Mm-hmm.
So there's things to like about the Giants, but I mean, Jackson Dart looked lost and looked frustrated out there today because Flores' defense.
Flores gave him some looks he's never seen.
He's never seen.
But they put up that stat. What is Flores 10-1 against rookie quarterbacks?
He loves those rookie quarterbacks because he knows he's going to get away with.
He's going to get away with a lot of things.
A lot of stuff. He can blitz more too. He's not worried about it. The young guy's going to make mistakes. Although, ironically, other than the Byron Murphy interception, I think the Vikings today lost the turnover battle 2-1.
2-1.
They still won the game, so they're fortunate.
Oh, by the way, we're going to talk about the Viking injuries, but I want to bring up another injury. This is not a Viking-related injury, but Gardner Minshew got hurt for the Chiefs.
Yeah. Now what? Now what?
I mean, we had McCarthy go down. I think McCarthy's done for the year.
If it's broken, it's out. Yep. It's his throwing hand.
Kelly, another concussion.
His career's probably over. Totally.
Jordan Mason, an injury.
High ankle sprain, probably out for the rest of the season.
Jordan Addison, an injury.
Yeah, I don't know. Did he come back or no?
He didn't come back. It was Naylor and Felton,
and it looked like it was either his hammy or it's a ACL thing going on there because he grabbed.
I thought somebody rolled up on him.
Maybe, but he was grabbing his leg like it was something in his knee area or hammy.
So we had 4 injuries today, and
yes.
I'm just like, this is probably the worst year. And what'll happen is now whoever is our strength and conditioning coach. We'll probably get canned. He's going to get canned at the end of the year.
We need to get tougher, Tony. This is also a toughness factor, right? This is a situation. And yes, JJ had a bright moment where he ran in.
Okay, guess what, people? That run looked a lot like Joe Cap.
Yes,
that looked like a Joe Cap run. When I said he got some Joe Cap in him,
he does.
That's what I said.
He does. The pictures that you're seeing from the game are courtesy of the NFL on Fox. Kenny Albert and Jonathan Vilma. Van Ginkel had the big sack, the 5th one of the day for the Vikings. Just basically wrapped it up, and then the Vikings.
Jonathan Allen had a sack today.
Jonathan Allen was a beast today. It's supposed to be something about the Giants uniforms that wakes up Jonathan Allen because he had that hit he put on Tyrone Tracy on that.
Right on the sideline there.
And Allen came all the way over, and I was like, with the way the penalty flags were being thrown, I'm like, oh, here it comes, right? I mean, Allen just destroyed him up high.
And it was a good hit.
Slow.
I was just cringing because they had already got. I know they got who was it? Redmond.
Yeah, Jalen Redmond. Yeah,
for a shot. Eric Wilson
and Harrison Smith.
The
first one, okay, maybe. The second one on Eric Wilson, that is not a penalty. I'm sorry.
No.
You and I were joking. I was like, what? Do the refs have a FanDuel bet on the Giants or over? I mean, can you bet on penalty flags today? Because if you can, then this crew.
Well, okay. What was the over under for this game?
The over and under was 43.5, so it was all under on this.
Well under.
I mean,
under.
I mean, honestly, the Giants didn't score a touchdown. Their defense was their only scoring outlet other than the field.
And that was a gift, and we can thank KOC for that.
Right, and that was on that broken play in which Brian O'Neill just letting Burns. Mr. Pythons just walk right in for his 14th sack of the season. So, I mean, the injuries are concerning. The way I look at it, it's next man up right now. It's the end of the year. You're not going to the playoffs. Rest these guys. Don't push them. But I'm going to give my game ball away early, Tony, and then we'll get to our good, bad, and ugly to make Clint Eastwood happy. My game ball is to Aaron Jones today because, I mean, it's easy to pick anyone on the defense. You'll probably go in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
And Aaron Jones played with an ankle injury, and Aaron Jones made the block that sprung J.J. McCarthy in for that scrambling touchdown.
Yeah.
And Aaron Jones, if you watched him, was limping. He actually grabbed his hammy. There was a point where he grabbed the back of his hammy.
He grabbed the back of his hammy.
And then he came back in. He didn't even stay a play out. They pulled Xavier Scott out. And it was unbelievable that he played through the game. I think he finished with like 85 yards, a 4.0 average. But Aaron Jones Sr. gets my game ball, Tony.
He would have had 100 yards if KOC would just kept running the damn ball.
Which would have made this game a lot easier, right? You would think it would make this game a lot easier if they just stuck with running the ball. The Giants' defense was stout to a point, but it looks like running the ball, you would have had success against them instead of going against. They have a reasonable secondary. I think that secondary is pretty good. They got some players.
Well, here's my
Giants' defense is close. Let's just put that out there. This Giants' defense is close. It's a matter of getting those offensive pieces back and maybe adding a few more weapons.
Do you have the stats there?
I do.
How many sacks did Redmond get credit for? I want to say 1.5. He shared one with somebody.
Yeah, he had one clean, and then I think he had a half. I have the game totals. Hold on. I can look it up here too. Hold on. Defense. What did they give him? Yeah, he got one sack. They didn't even give him.
They didn't even give him credit for that half a sack?
No.
Did they give that to Wilson?
Here it says Allen had a sack.
Yep.
Then Ginkle, obviously.
Yep.
Eric Wilson, they gave it to.
Wilson.
And then Levi had one.
They gave Levi a sack?
Yeah, Levi had one. And actually, Levi made a couple plays today that I was just absolutely impressed with. I like this kid. And this goes to show you why developing players is important. And this is one of the guys the Vikings got right. And he made some plays.
I would give my game ball to Brian Flores in the defense.
Yeah. I mean, they played their tails off. They had to because
they're off. I'll tell you what, and this is going to be a thing to keep Brian Flores here or not. It's not like KOC is actually helping his defense.
No. Not with the way that the style with the high percentage of passing into the running, 60% to 30%, give or take a few percentages, depending on how the last 2 weeks went. We know that statistically that this is a pass offense. And you're asking these quarterbacks to do things that they're not ready for, whether it's Max. Man, I thought Max played well. I think Max came in, was calm, did what he had to do, just missed Jalen Naylor. That would have been a big play. But, he didn't turn the ball.
You know what? JJ probably hits that pass.
Yeah, I probably would.
JJ probably hits that pass.
Because we know him and Jalen have a nice little rapport going other than today with the deflected interceptions. But, overall, this is a win. I'm not going to go too far into this other than there's a lot of things that this franchise still has to do, especially this offseason, to make sure that this team's taking the right step in order to progress to possibly being a Super Bowl contender. This team is just kind of far from it. I saw something. Someone posted it on social media, Tony, that Mike Zimmer in his first 5 years and then Kevin O'Connell, they're absolutely identical. In fact, Mike Zimmer has more playoff wins at this point than Kevin O'Connell does. So if Kevin O'Connell falters next year, he's gone. I mean, I think he
needs to be.
He needs to put in a system with the quarterback because he's going to go before JJ is going to go. Let's just all get that out there. That's certainly going to happen. Now, as far as JJ McCarthy goes, Tony, are you a little concerned with the injuries piling up? I mean, this is now the third one this year. We're not counting the knee injury from last year, missing all of last year. I mean, we already know he's getting brutalized by many Viking fans on social media. I can't even tell you some of the stuff Torrey Holt sent me via text message today. But I mean, this is.
What? I'm just going to say it.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this to Torrey. I hope to God he's not watching the Arizona-Atlanta game because Kirk looks like crap.
I can't wait to respond.
He looks like crap against the Cardinal team.
But the whole point is it is a concern when a player can't stay on the field. Like, that is a legitimate issue because it stunts the development stage. These games down the stretch, we were excited because JJ was going to get a chance to finish the season and we were going to see something, right? Yeah, if we go 1-4 next year and make Flores the coach, Anthony Tolson, that's if Flores is even on the staff next year. We have no idea the Vikings need to sign him and sign him to a big deal to stay. But, if we don't see this development with JJ and we constantly misses games and we're like a pendulum, we're not getting any momentum with your starting quarterback, that's a problem. That's a big problem.
Yeah, but who gets the blame for it?
Yeah, well, I mean,
think about it. Here's the thing.
That's an organizational thing. They didn't do a veteran quarterback. Well, they had Carson Wentz, and we saw what happened to him. I mean, he got killed.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, here's the thing. This organization, whatever's happening to them right now, they brought it on themselves.
They did. Poor.
You could have had Jim Harbaugh. You could have had DeMeco Ryans. Instead, you took a very soft head coach who all he wanted to do was call plays. And you know what? Those 13 wins and 14 win seasons don't mean crap because he can't win a playoff game. He lost to the Giants. He lost to Brian Dabble and Daniel Jones. Come on. And then forget about playing his mentor, McVay.
Also, Tony, when you look at it, like Kevin O'Connell, in fairness, it seems like a great guy, right? Seems like a guy it'd be fun to have a beer with, or he probably likes strawberry daiquiris or something.
Well, that's not going to win a championship.
Strawberry daiquiris, so I'm not gonna fault him for that.
I don't care. I don't care if he friggin' opens a door for homeless people and if he helps old ladies cross the street. I want him to win a fucking Super Bowl. He doesn't have it. He does not have the pedigree. He's not tough. He only cares about one side of the ball, and all he cares about is throwing the damn ball.
And throwing long, elongated, 5 progression deep, 20 to.
You're doing your pass plays. All your wide receivers are running 10-yard routes.
It's you can't make this stuff up, right? It's like we had Zimmer, who was all about running the football defense, and now we get a guy who's all about having Madden stats on his quarterback and having an offense that can score 30 points. But
hey, you want to know something? Zimmer today would have scored more than 16 points.
Probably against this Giants team, I would have agreed with it because he would have run the football and they would have eventually.
He'd have went perfectly old school. He would have pounded the ball with his running backs, but then he would have went play action.
That is the for me, and what gets me about the fans, right, is they're all throwing all their hatred towards JJ McCarthy, and yet the real people to throw it to is either the front office and the owners or / to Kevin O'Connell, because it's quite obvious, and as Tony just eloquently said with passion, that they made a gigantic mistake with the coach that they hired. So we have this coach, and this coach is yet to learn to be tough. He's got to learn to be tough. He's asked to learn it. He played football, and he's just not tough. I know that's crazy. There were a lot of
you know what though?
In their day,
but think about it.
Weren't tough, Tony. I know you can name a few.
But think about it. He was a quarterback, and when Belichick tells you you'll probably be a better coach than you are a quarterback, you probably take it to heart.
See, Bill's wrong in both cases. Bill's wrong in both cases because you're going to call Kevin. I'll call Kevin O'Connell a quarterback's coach. He hasn't even progressed.
He's not even that.
He hasn't even.
Okay, here's the thing. What quarterback has he developed? None. What offenses has he ran?
He develops
none.
Is false. That is false. That is completely false.
Darnold credits Shanahan.
Call Shanahan.
He credits Shanahan.
That's right.
And Kirk Cousins, I don't like the guy, but Kirk Cousins is a student of the game. He literally is a student of the game.
Right.
He's kind of that old school quarterback where he knows what
Kirk made himself into what he wants. Listen,
exactly.
As much as you might dislike Kirk Cousins and the fact he didn't deliver in Minnesota when it mattered in big moments, Kirk Cousins made himself into an NFL quarterback through brains, through learning the game. Give him credit. He was a 6th-round draft pick, I believe. He was never thought of as much in Washington. If Robert Griffin III doesn't ever get hurt, we might not have heard about Kirk Cousins, right? And he learned. Yeah. Who did Kirk Cousins learn from then? I believe Kyle Shanahan was on that staff.
Kyle Shanahan was on that staff.
Shanahan, if I recall correct, when Kirk was first there, and then Gruden came.
Yep.
So Jay Gruden. So he learned from some offensive minds, and then he did. I mean, as we heard from the soundbite, Tony, he did give us a glimpse into Kevin O'Connell's offensive system, calling it complicated. It took him a while. And that's why we saw Kirk get frustrated. How many times did you see Kirk get frustrated? Like, what play are we doing here? What are we,
the only one who didn't
get here.
The only one who didn't get frustrated with him was Sam Darnold. And I think Darnold was at that point where he's like, you know what? I'm getting a big payday whether I'm here or not. Yeah. That could have been that.
Well, I mean, and Sam Darnold should thank Kevin O'Connell in the sense that he put him in an offense, gave him a chance on well, actually, you should thank J.J. McCarthy, because if J.J. McCarthy never gets hurt.
Actually, thank Brian Flores for that defense giving you a short field to work on every freaking week.
I mean, the Vikings took advantage of so many turnovers last
year. Yeah, I mean, it's just last year everything
went right.
Everything worked.
Yeah, there was no major injury. Well, there was Darisaw. Darisaw was a major injury, but other than that, they were pretty much
healthy. But he played. Darisaw played most.
He played up until the seventh, right? The Rams.
Well, that's right. We made the trade for Cam Robinson.
Yeah, and they got Cam Robinson, who was serviceable.
Cam was serviceable.
So, I mean, they're really the Vikings lost. Their season ended in the 4 quarters in Detroit with missed opportunity after missed opportunity, and that's when everyone was starting to kind of come after Sam Darnold, fair or unfair. And then the Rams game was a complete collapse, because the Rams' defensive line ate up the Vikings' offensive line.
That was just the teacher
the teacher McVay against really the pupil, bad. And the pupil is yet to master the fact that in the NFL, you need to have a balanced offense with a really good running game, and then helping young quarterbacks out with plays that are used to help enhance their strengths, right? So anyway, let's get to the good, bad, and ugly, Tony, in the 4 minutes we have left here in the show. Thank you for watching here on the official Purple Skull Squad show for Minnesota Viking fans. Your game ball was given to Brian Flores in the defense. My game ball was given to Aaron Jones Sr. So what would be the good, bad, and ugly, and then final thoughts, Tony, from you?
The good was the fact that we won. The bad was, once again, you put JJ in a spot that he got hurt, and that's on KOC. The ugly is just the game in general. It was really bad. It was. If
it wasn't Raiders bad, like you said from a couple of years ago, but this was like really.
This was just
not to turn the channel. And there's a lot of good games today, and I said I have to.
The only reason the crowd sounded the way it did in that game, because the Giant crowd was not into it. There was a bunch of Viking fans there.
I saw a lot of white Viking jerseys.
There was a lot of purple in that crowd.
Good job, fans of the Vikings.
Yep. So overall, well, what? We were 6-8, they were 2-12. What do you expect?
It was a preseason game. I would say that would be my ugly too. Is just the fact that the game in itself was brutal. The bad today, the referees made it even worse.
Oh, geez, I forgot about that.
Throwing 22 flags. Now, the good thing about their flag throwing is they split it down the middle. 11 for the Giants, 11 for the Vikings. So you could argue they're 50-50 on that. But some of their calls, like on the roughing the passer, stop it. Stop it, please. Harrison Smith, Eric Wilson, they would have had sacks added to it if not for protecting the quarterback who have dresses in the NFL, right? And listen, Jackson Dart's recovering from a concussion. JJ's had a concussion. I get it. Head hits. But that was below.
I'm sorry. It's part of football.
Right. It's football. It's part of football, right?
If you're not gonna deal with an injury playing this game, then you can always go pick up a remote controller and go play freaking PlayStation or Xbox. Yeah. But I mean, you're gonna get you should expect to get hurt. You're gonna have bumps and bruises. That game will do it to you.
And the good for me, I mentioned Aaron Jones getting the game ball, but I have to say, I have to give it to Jalen Redmond again, just because I really think he's a guy that's almost become, as we talked about yesterday, must watch. I now enjoy watching the defense because of 61 out there.
You know what?
He makes.
They're going to have to pay him.
They got to pay him to break the bank for Jalen Redmond, because all the other people in the NFL are seeing this. I would do it as soon as the season's over. When they do their meetings, their goodbye meetings. Hey, Jalen, why don't you stay here?
You got to tag him. You have to tag him.
Stay here.
Because here's the thing.
Because they're going to have to get a deal done. You're right.
Here's the thing. If you don't tag him, and Flores takes another gig somewhere,
Flores will take him in a heartbeat.
He's going to take Jalen Redmond.
Yeah, and the fact that he gets as much of the way that he uses his body to get the penetration to get to the backfield, it's just tremendous. And he's running, and he runs like he almost got Dart on a run when Dart ran out wide, and I see 61 running, and I'm like, this guy, he brings it every play. Those players are the ones you reward because he doesn't take a play off. He's a guy that was given nothing, has earned everything, and I love Jalen Redmond. That's my good of the day, was watching him, and that's pretty much about it from this snooze fest of a football game. Let's just do this really quickly. As bad as that game was, Tony, the Bears-Packers game last night was a 10-star phenomenal. And Caleb Williams earned some respect from me. That throw he made to DJ Moore, and that touchdown was huge for us personally, that being quality control in mind, because we had DJ Moore in our lineup, and he had a crap day, and that 50-yard touchdown right there to win it. That was a great play call because I thought they were just going to try to move the ball up to try to go for a game-winning field goal. But the drama that was in this game, I mean, Malik Willis played amazing. The Packers were dropping like flies. Jordan Love was injured in that game with a concussion. Both teams were losing players. You could imagine that field wasn't too nice to play on. And the fact that they get an onside kick, 8% chance, tie the game, and then win it in overtime. I think Ben Johnson, who I would take over Kevin O'Connell, and the Chicago Bears. I mean, that team really has some guys on it, like Jalen Redmond, that have come out of nowhere to really help out and play hard. Play the game the way it's meant to be played, Tony Bell.
The bottom line is the Packers choked it away.
They did. They really did. They really gave the division up to the Chicago.
And I'll tell you what, if we're ripping on KOC the way we are, they're even harder on. They want LaFleur.
Yeah, LaFleur's time is ticking.
They want LaFleur out of Green Bay.
No titles. LaFleur's not delivering there, and now you got to wonder, is Love going to get right for the? But Malik Willis.
Well, that defense. Yeah, that defense without Micah Parsons, you can tell
they're beatable. They're very beatable. So, let's get ready to go watch the Lions and the Steelers. Tony Bell for quality.
I'm already watching it. What are you talking about?
I know you are. You got your TV on. I don't have mine on. I should have it on. It was fun kind of breaking this down, I guess. we did it. This was like working right now because we really had to come with our lunch pails to talk about this pig of a football.
It had to be done, I guess.
It was done. We managed to get our commitments out of the way. So enjoy the rest of your Sunday, Tony. Quality control, wonderful job with the pictures. And for all of you out there, we're not quite sure when we're going to do our preview for the Thursday night game. I guess it would have to be Tuesday or Wednesday, but we'll figure that out when we preview the whiteout game with the Lions coming into town against the Minnesota Vikings. So we'll be back within a day or two. You'll see our ugly mugs again soon. But, hey, happy holidays. If you don't join the show, Merry Christmas to all of you. And thank you for watching the official Purple Skull Squad show for Minnesota Vikings fans. Tony, Skull.
Skull.
Thanks for watching. We'll be back during the week to preview the Christmas Day matchup versus the Lions. Don't forget, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and share it with your friends. Skull!